So, Shannon, LeBron has been playing at an MVP level recently. We know that. So why aren't the Lakers better?
Supporting cast, they're not good enough, Skip. You can't have Stanley Johnson in the starting lineup on a third 10-day contract. Avery Bradley was released by the Warriors a few days before the Lakers signed him. He's in the starting lineup. AD's been injured. Russ has been up and down, mainly down than up. He's played better as of late, but they're just not good enough. They're not. I mean, you saw James Harden last night. Had a 33-point triple-double, and they got blown off the court. So you need pieces around you. One guy's not carrying a team consistently. Yeah, you can win a game here or there, but you're not winning. And you look at last night, Skip, going into the fourth quarter, the Lakers had lost the offensive rebounding 17-1. The only reason they won the game because Brooklyn is worse than they are without Kyrie and KD. Skip, how you win a game by 10 points and you get out-rebounded by 21? You don't win no games like that in the NBA. LeBron James has been great. He's been playing at an MVP level since he returned. He came back, then he got suspended. But since he's been back, Skip, he's been phenomenal. But, I mean, come on. I mean, Austin Reeves is a key contributor. Skip, he's an undrafted rookie. You tell me all the time. Austin Reeves is in the closing rotation as an undrafted rookie. He had 4 offensive rebounds last night. They only had 5. AD, I'm happy AD's back because what he can do defensively, Skip, he can erase a lot of mistakes. And guys have to be conscious of him being back there because he's a potential defensive player of the year candidate. So, yes, he can erase mistakes. But, Skip, I need more than 2 rebounds in 25 minutes. I understand that his offense was going to be slacking because the guy hadn't played in 2 months. I give you that. And I'm cool. 3 of 8, he had 8 points. But come on. You don't need anything. You don't need no rhythm to get rebounds. You just need effort. So I think with the AD being injured, Russ being herky-jerky, and the guys that they have, Skip, think about Tucker. He was 0-6, 0-2. He had played 19 minutes. He gave you 0 points. And Kent Bazemore, Reza, all those guys have started at some point. What? DNP. Wayne Ellington, DNP. Dwight Howard, DNP. DeAndre Jordan, DNP.
They still won by 10.
That's my point. And there you have it. And you see what James Harden had a 33-point triple-double. So you need a supporting cast. There's a reason why the Golden State Warriors, there's a reason why the Milwaukee Bucks, there's a reason why the Phoenix Suns are where they are. Because, yeah, their stars give it to you, Book don't give it to you, but you still got CP3. You still got DeAndre Ayton. You still got Middleton in Milwaukee. You still got Holiday. You still got Bobby Portis is playing unbelievable. So, Skip, you need a supporting cast. One guy ain't carrying you nowhere. Those days are over. Those days are over. Since LeBron left the East, ain't no one man dragging some guys to nowhere.
Okay, my turn. I'm seeing a very different LeBron James this year. And I don't mean what I'm going to say as condemnation of LeBron in year 19, but I'm seeing a basketball genius who decided, if not conceded, that this team is going nowhere. I believe that he believes that now it's all about chasing, catching, passing Kareem. And again, I'm not completely condemning that, but LeBron has turned his game inside out, upside down, because at this point, he's more of a Westbrookian type player in that he's more of a stat machine. He's more of a solo act who's just saying, I'm going to get mine. And his quotes after the game were very interesting because he said, he even told our man Chris Hayes this on the court, but he said after the game that he said, it doesn't matter the conversations outside the locker room, the narration about our ball club. He just says, I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing. He says, I'm going to bring it to the table every single night just the way I've been bringing it. How positive can I continue to lead these guys no matter the outcome? Well, that's the key phrase, no matter the outcome.
Right.
He's just going to keep going full on. It's MVP attack mode.
Right.
But it's not winning mode because what happened in the bubble year when the last time they broke through and won it all?
Right.
He led the league in assists.
Right.
he was still capable of lifting a basketball team, no matter its flaws, to the highest level, right?
Right.
Because he averaged 10.2 assists per game. That led the
But
league.
that was what was needed of him,
Okay.
Skip.
What's happening now? Those assists have plummeted to 6.
Right.
That he's lost 4 assists a night off what he was doing just 2 years ago, right? Okay. Everything's gone into score, score, score. And again, I give you this. We've never seen anybody score like this in year 19 at age 37, right? And yet the way he's doing it is detrimental to winning basketball games because it's just solo act scoring. He is driving the basketball a little more, but he is now in three-point attempts. Three-point attempts. This is LeBron James. He's 16th in the league. It's way crazy too high. It's detrimental because you're going to miss too many. What's happened the last 2 games? He was 1 for 8, and then last night he was 2 for 8. So that's 3 for 16. That won't hack it because you're wasting too many possessions. Because you still have a Russell Westbrook who's going to turn the ball over, and he had 5 more last night. And maybe in just a moment I'll show you those 5. But right here, right now, look at what LeBron is doing. He has plummeted as a three-point shooter to 35.2%. That's even below his career average when he was below average already. Now he's mostly a sorry three-point shooter who is 16th in the league in attempts from 3. Shannon, it won't work. But it'll work to catch and pass Kareem because 3 is more than 2. So he's just saying, I'm going to take 8 a game, and maybe I'll get hot. And he made a couple in a row last night, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe he's going to go now, because sometimes he just goes off when he gets hot. But he didn't. And his misses are often Westbrookian, where you just say, LeBron, that was terrible, because he is not a good three-point shooter, because look at where he ranks right now. There are 154 qualified three-point shooters in the whole league. He ranks 92nd. Well, it's so far down the list that you should be shooting 3 or 4 a game instead of 8 a game.
So let me ask you a question. So if he shot fewer threes, they would be better?
Yes, if you're trying to win. Are you trying to catch
So
Kareem?
let me ask you a question. So how does that... So
okay,
how,
wait. Look what happened. What happened at Orlando? I believe that Frankie V's job was teetering at that point. If they had lost to Orlando, what night was that? I'm losing track. Was it last Friday?
Friday night.
Friday night, right? At Orlando. This is like do or die because they got the worst record in basketball, right? And they got the worst home record. And what happened? Melo happened. Well, every once in a while, when you kind of least expect it, he goes off. What happened last night? Why, in the end, did they win this game despite losing the boards, as you just said, by however many that was? What happened?
Malik Monk and Carmelo.
That's correct. Malik Monk made 6 out of 12 threes, and Carmelo chipped in with 3.
Right.
Well, okay, so that's 9 of 19 right there. That will get it done because, look, they went up with 12 threes to only 7 for Brooklyn.
Let me ask you a question. How often have we seen that happen? See, Skip, you're under the assumption that these role players are going to play like this on a nightly basis. We haven't seen that.
Okay,
One thing that we have seen...
Okay, that's why they're 24 and 24.
Oh, thank you. You just made my point. You making it seem like LeBron James shooting threes is the reason why. The one thing that we know for certain, that in the last 2 months, LeBron James has done this on a nightly basis. Have Malik Monk, have Carmelo Anthony, have Russell Westbrook, have all the other guys, have they done at their best on a nightly basis?
Okay, but LeBron James is no longer capable of just lifting a mediocre supporting cast.
That's why Tom Brady left New England. He's no longer capable of lifting a mediocre team. You need other great players around you. Thank you.
I saw him lift a mediocre team to 27 all.
They lost.
Sunday.
No. Lifting means you win the game. That's what lift means, not lift.
You're down 27-3 and also
you lost.
27 all.
Okay, what happened?
Does Tom Brady play safety?
Oh, so now you see what happened? 4 turnovers. Does Tom Brady play safety? Did he create those turnovers?
No, but the Rams do turn it over, and 2 of them they just handed to you, okay?
Still, all I'm saying is this. LeBron James is playing at that level, but I don't care what level. We saw James Harden score 37 a night. 37. They weren't the 1 seed. They weren't the 2 seed. Skip, you got to have other guys go along with you.
All right, I got it. What other factor happened in the bubble? What was the key factor? Maybe the overriding factor was they finished number 1 in defense.
Yes.
They followed it up last year. Number 1 in defensive efficiency. Right now, they've been around 16th or 17th. After last night, they've moved up to 15th because they held the Nets to 96 points, right? No huge feat without, obviously, KD or Kyrie. But defensive efficiency, they're still right in the middle of the pack. They've gone from number 1 to number 15.
Well, yeah.
Okay, LeBron has ranked below 200 most of the year. He's come alive a little bit because I think he's hearing some criticism from somebody over on this side of the table, maybe, who knows. But his defensive win shares are now up 175th in the league. And last night, he'll pick his spots.
Yeah, you saw that.
If we could see this, I believe it was late.
Shoot the gap on him, Bron.
Yeah. Well, no, this I'm going to show you this one. This is late in the first half. This is 1:26 left. He will do spotlight defense when he knows the camera is on him. This is against LaMarcus Aldridge, and he says, "Okay, I got you." And all of a sudden, they just two old war horses say, "Okay, let's do it. Let's do it right here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's play football." Well, LeBron just fouled him about 5 times.
No, he fouled him one time right there. He got him on the up.
I think he fouled him 5 times. But the point was, it's like, ooh, LeBron's playing D. Well, he gets it when the spotlight is suddenly on him versus LaMarcus. He will crank it up, and here we go. And then to your point, mid-fourth quarter, we had back-to-back possessions.
You saw it.
Where he said, he called himself Ed Reed. I went Ed Reed.
Yes,
okay,
he did.
way to go. Here's the first one.
He see it coming. Oh, got you.
I got it. I'm going to go slam it. I'm going to go showcase it. He never did the dunk contest, but he did that.
In-game dunker.
Okay, he's an in-game
We
dunker.
dunk on folks
then he
and we
comes
dunk in
right
real
back,
games.
and here he goes again. He's got him on the run. Greatest front runner ever in the history of sports is LeBron James. And he snakes it, and he slams it, and then he celebrates. He celebrates.
It's over.
Look at this. They are celebrating. They just won another championship. It's unbelievable.
So let me ask you a question.
They're beating the Nets without KD and Kyrie, and they won the championship.
So let me ask you a question. So Tom Brady throws a touchdown. They were behind. He runs down there and celebrates.
They're the odds-on favorite to win the championship.
They were.
Are the Lakers?
And that's who was the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, that's why he would celebrate.
Okay, so that's why he would celebrate.
Okay, do you think they're still the odds-on favorite?
No.
Because the Bucks were going into the game Sunday.
And are they still?
Well, no, they lost after 27-all when they had a complete breakdown on defense against Cooper Bleeping Cup.
Why were you celebrating after 27-3? Why did you score a touchdown and make it 27-3? Why?
Because you're the GOAT.
GOAT!
Oh,
he the GOAT!
Phony GOAT.
The real GOAT.
You're celebrating against the Nets? Wait a second. Was Brady playing the Nets on Sunday?
Hold on.
Nets?
When he was playing the Eagles, he celebrated the Saturday before. He was just celebrating. He was just let go.
Well, it's called the Super Bowl. Is that the Super Bowl?
No, I'm talking about last Saturday when they beat the Eagles, the hapless, lowly Eagles.
Well, that's called a playoff game. Was that a playoff game?
Skip, all I'm saying is this. You know LeBron is playing at a level. You know his role players aren't up to par to get this man a championship. You know that. Okay,
and as much as Russell Westbrook stayed out of the way mostly last night, I'm going to give you this. You still have to overcome even 5 turnovers. Could we please see our daily Russell Westbrook blooper reel? Well, they only had 8.
He had 5 of them.
Here's his 5. Russ? Whoops, Russ. Russ, eye on the ball. Nope. Russ, what was that? Was that a shot or a turn? I don't know what that was. Just Russ, that's a bad idea. Russ, come on. Oh, come on, Russ. There are 2 black shirts in between you and LeBron.
But he's telegraphing it. The guys can see it. The fans call out, he about to pass it.
James just took it right out of his hand. Russ. And he shows no remorse. He just goes to the bench like, I'm Russell Westbrook. Don't you know who I am?
But think about it. Now think about what you just said. Every day we come out here, we show the Lakers. You show a blooper tape, and then you wonder why LeBron James can't win more games.
Okay,
you just showed why.
I just said I'm going to give you this. You have to overcome that. And meanwhile, Russell Westbrook is saying, "Could you just quit shooting so many brick threes?" Because again, he says, "I quit shooting threes. You need to quit shooting threes."
You do realize that LeBron James is still, even though he last 2 games, the 3-ball hasn't been good for him. He's still shooting over 52% from the floor. Even when you factor that in.
When he drives it, he's still 6'9", 260, freight train.
He only missed 1 shot inside of the 3-point line last night.
Yep.
And he was 3. I want to know why we only shooting 3 free throws. I mean, as much as we driving the ball to the basket, can we get some calls? Now, you told me if he drive the ball, they were going to call it. He driving the ball, they not calling it, and he making 76% of his free throws. Now, what's the deal, Skip?
Free throws, he's 75.9. I'll give it.
That's 76%.
75.9%. That ranks 78th of 105 qualified. 78th.
Where are we in scoring right now?
Okay, you're barely second.
We barely,
second.
so in other words, we about to be first.
And what do I always say? Wait a second. Michael Jordan won 10 scoring titles to LeBron's one. Maybe in year 19 he's going to try to win a scoring title.
How many scoring titles did he win in year 19? How many scoring titles did he win at 37 years of age?
Well, he was gone.
What?
Yep.
You was telling me he was gone, the GOAT was gone?
Yeah, he was out.
That's the shortest reign. That's the shortest reign of a GOAT in NBA history.
His career ended in 1998 with the Last Dance in Chicago.
No.
On principle, he quit. He retired because they fired Phil Jackson.
Look at my guy.
Yeah.
My guy spanned three decades.
He's got longevity. I'll give you that.
3 decades.
GOAT? No.
Yeah, he the GOAT. He GOAT. Longevity, got the awards to back it up.
There are 2 GOATs. One is about to retire, and I think we're about to talk
and he about to be a Skip, you know he about to be a 14-time first-team All-NBA? Ain't nobody catching that.
Longevity. That's all you got.
But even if you have longevity, you got to be good at it.
Maybe you can win a scoring title for a 500 team. Way to go, LeBron.
Oh, no. Jordan done that a lot. There have been other guys that win scoring titles for 500 teams.
I don't know about it. He did it a lot.
Okay, we're moving on to the Lakers. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.